International relations expert, Dr. Emmanuel Navon. Dr. Navon, as always, a pleasure to have you in studio. It feels like there are mixed messages. Help us break down what message the president is giving, because just a few months ago, when there was the shock announcement of his U.S. troop withdrawal, he said ISIS had been defeated. Now he says, give us a week, I'm going to make another announcement.
Right. So, look, mostly, yes, ISIS has been defeated. It doesn't mean that it has been completely obliterated and eliminated. There's still a very small presence of ISIS in Iraq and Syria, but it's not significant. By the way, there's also a presence of ISIS in other places of the world, especially in Afghanistan, in the Sinai Peninsula, in Western Africa. So ISIS also has, in Libya also, ISIS has all these pockets of presence around the world, and not only in Syria and Iraq. But I think the underlying message was like mostly the U.S. has finished its job. ISIS is no longer poses a threat neither to Iraq nor to Syria. And of course he has to justify his decision to pull out from there, saying the job is done.
How worrying is this for other Middle Eastern countries, including Israel?
So when the announcement was made about a month ago that the U.S. would pull out from Syria, it was seen as a concern mostly for the Kurds in Syria, who are threatened also by the Turkish army, and they felt betrayed. For Israel, it is not such a big deal because Israel is still able to really get rid of the Iranian presence in Syria in coordination with Russia. But mostly I think we have to look at the wider picture of the U.S. involvement in the world, and the fact that Donald Trump has this kind of isolationist foreign policy is definitely a source of concern for many countries around the world, and it's very often taken advantage by Russia in the Middle East, by China in Asia, and even by Iran sometimes in Africa and South America. So I think this whole isolationist worldview is a source of concern not only for Israel but for many other countries and many other U.S. allies around the world.
Another story we've been reporting this morning, talking of concerns, comes from the CIA, former intelligence chiefs who are very worried about the strained relationship between the community, the CIA community, and the president, saying this is unprecedented.
Well, yeah, I think the crisis really between the CIA and Trump was about a year ago, when he basically said on live TV with Vladimir Putin on his side that he believed Putin more than the CIA. That was really, I think, unprecedented. It was very shocking for the CIA. But mostly I think the disagreement between Trump and the CIA has to do with America's presence in Syria, with North Korea, and with Iran. Now, on North Korea and Iran, what Trump is saying is that the CIA doesn't know what it's talking about. He says he's convinced that Iran is actively working on its nuclear program, and he's also saying with North Korea that he can reach a deal. The CIA is very skeptical. So these are the main reasons why there's this clash between the Trump and the CIA. It's not only because the CIA felt humiliated when he said he believed Putin more than he believed the CIA, but also on very substantive issues such as North Korea and Iran.
International relations expert